Welcome to Everyday Linux User. In today's video, I will show you how to dual boot Windows 11 and Q4OS, which is a lightweight Linux distro based on Debian, which uses the Trinity desktop. Now I'm using Windows 11, but the instructions should work for earlier versions of Windows. Ideally, you want to move away from these now though, as they are out of support. Before we start, you will need a blank USB drive, so insert that into your computer now. To start off with, we need to download Q4OS. Go to q4os.org and click on the downloads link. Q4OS is designed to run on older hardware if using the Trinity desktop and can run on a Pentium 2 and upwards. It can run on 512 MB of RAM and you only need about 6 GB of hard drive space. Click on the Trinity Live option. You can donate to Q4OS, but you probably want to try it first, so you can click on the Not Now, take me to the download if this is the case. You will be redirected to sourceforge.net and the download should start automatically after about 5 seconds. Whilst you are waiting for that download to finish, we can prepare the USB drive. Go to ventoy.net and click on the downloads link. Click on the Ventoy Windows zip file and when you're at the SourceForge page, click on the download latest version. When Ventoy has finished downloading, minimize your browser and open up a file explorer and navigate to your downloads folder. Double click on the Ventoy file and choose to open in File Explorer. When a new window appears, click on the Ventoy file and select Extract All. Double click on the Ventoy folder that appears and choose Ventoy to disk. You can now close all of the file explorers. Make sure the drop down has your USB drive selected and click Install. Enter Yes into the box provided and when the warnings appear, click Yes each time. Ventoy will now install itself to the USB drive, and when the process is complete, you can close Ventoy. Now it is time to make space for Q4OS on your hard drive. Open the Start menu and type Disk, and when the option appears, choose Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions. Select the drive that has Windows on it, and this is usually denoted with a C colon. Right click and choose Shrink. Enter the amount of space you want to give to Q4OS. 1000 equals 1 GB. You'll see here I am typing 100,000, which is 100 GB. Never enter more than the amount in the size available to shrink, and should probably leave space for Windows to grow, so don't use the full amount. When you are ready, click Shrink. The shrinking can take a bit of time, but you should see a section of unallocated space when it has finished. The Q4OS download should be almost complete by this point, so head over to the browser to check, and when the download finishes, you can close the browser. Open a file explorer and go to your downloads folder. Click on the Q4OS file and choose Copy. Now go to the Ventoy drive and click Paste. So when the copy finishes, you will need to reboot your computer, and as the computer starts to boot, you will need to press the relevant function key to bring up the boot menu. On my computer it is F7. You can use Google to search for the boot key for your make and model of computer. Choose your USB drive from the boot menu. A Ventoy screen should appear, and choose the Q4 option and press Enter. Choose to boot in normal mode and press Enter again. When Q4OS appears, it may ask you to enter network details for connecting to Wi-Fi. You can do this if you so wish, or you can just click Skip. At the main Trinity desktop, close the welcome screen and double click on the install icon on the desktop. Choose your installation language from the drop-down and click Next. Your location should be automatically selected. If not, select it and click Next. Your keyboard should also be automatically selected, but if not, select it and click Next. There are multiple modes for Q4OS, which include the full desktop experience, base install, a live version and pure. Each option provides less and less. I am choosing the full desktop option. Click Next. At the partitioning screen, make sure the correct drive is selected at the top, and then choose Replace a partition. Select the dark grey area on your disk. Make sure the EFI partition at the bottom matches the partition at the top. So for instance, one will say dev_sdb and the other will say dev_sdb1. Click Next. Finally, enter your name and a username, and also give your computer a name. Enter a password and repeat it, and then click Next. The summary screen will show you the options you selected. If you are unsure about them, you can click back or cancel the installation. Click Install to continue. Q4OS will now install to your machine. It can take a while, so relax and come back in 20 minutes or so. When the install completes, you can reboot your computer, and you will need to press the relevant key to enter your UEFI settings. On my computer it is Escape, but on yours it might be something different. Use Google to find the key for your make and model of computer. When you are in your UEFI settings, navigate to the boot menu and change the default boot option to Q4OS. Press the button to save and exit. On my computer this is F4. A screen will appear with options to boot into Q4OS and Windows. Choose Q4OS. Now choose the top option when this screen appears. The computer will boot into Q4OS and it will ask you about setting up the internet again and installing the default keyboard layout for your language. I recommend doing both of these, but they can also be done post setup. You will now be in Q4OS. In a future guide I will show you some setup options and how to get going, but it's quite straightforward and looks and feels like old Windows versions. Before I go, have you considered becoming a member? For just 99 pence you can have custom icons for when you enter comments, unique emojis, and early access to all videos. But for now, that is it. Please remember to click like, hit subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next time on Everyday Linux User.